Hey guys, this is Providence. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the snap change. Before I go on, I'm going to tell you guys about the biggest mistake people make. That mistake is that they set the deck down onto a surface before they do the change. Well, the biggest problem that arises from that is you can't do a proper cleanup. So I'm going to teach you how to do the snap change with the deck in your hand so you can clean up afterwards. This is my performance of the snap change. I have a joker. I give a little hit, becomes a 7 of hearts. Let's get to the tutorial. So this is a tutorial for the snap change. As you have noticed in my performance, I hold the card a little differently. I hold it a little diagonally like this. Most people hold it horizontally like this. Honestly, I don't really think it matters. It's whatever works best for you. So you need to experiment with the diagonal version, the horizontal version. But if you just want to stick to one, you don't even have to experiment. Just go with it. Okay, now to do the snap change, you're going to need to know how to do a double lift. Double lift is basically flipping one card, supposedly, but it's actually two cards. So you're flipping two cards as one. It's a very basics of card magic. A very simple way to do this is you can put your middle ring pinky in front, thumb in the back, curl your index, and then just put it on top of the deck just like this. And you're going to push down with your thumb, and you're going to push up with your other thumb. So now you can riffle the cards. Okay? Now when you riffle the cards, you want to notice the top two cards. Now when you notice the top two cards, what you're going to do is you're going to slip your pinky inside so the top two cards fall on top of the pinky. Two cards on top of the pinky. Now that's called a pinky break. Now when you have your break, what you can do is just turn the card over. You can take your index and thumb to pinch the two cards, the double lift. People think it's one card. And when you flip it, make sure you out-jug it forward or you out-jug it backwards. Okay? So just make sure it's not completely aligned with the deck, but it's a little forward or a little back, just like this. If you align it back like that, as I see most people do it, you can get right into the snap change. Take your thumb, middle, and index. You're into position. If you out-jug it a little forward, how you can get into position is you can take your thumb, push it down, take your index, push down, and you're going to see a little gap that's made. And then when that gap is made, you can just insert your thumb, middle, and index, and you're in position. Okay, now you have the two cards in position for the snap change. At this stage, just decide what you want to do, diagonally, horizontally, doesn't matter. I prefer diagonal, it works better for me. Okay. Now from here, you have the deck in your hand now because you just did a double lift. Okay, and then now you have the deck in your hand. Now with the deck in your hand, how the snap change works is basically you take the two cards and you're doing the snapping motion with the card in hand. So the front card is actually flung back behind the second card. And at the right correct angle, nobody will be able to see the card that's behind. Okay? So once again, you have the card horizontally, diagonally, your choice. You're going to take your middle finger and you're just going to fling it back, and the card will fling back as well, and then that's what happens. Okay? Now, when people learn the snap change for the first time, so many people will complain, oh, it doesn't work, it gets caught like this, my hand's too small. Okay, that's just a very big and useless excuse. A lot of people mistake magic for something, and they should know this. When you're learning card magic, or all magic, it implies to all magic. People teach you the techniques, okay, the moves, how you have to do it, just like what I'm telling you. But you need to experiment with the trick itself for you to actually get the know-how to do this. Just because you know the techniques, you're not going to be able to do the snap change. That's the big difference between experienced people, experienced magicians to be more exact, and young magicians, meaning less experienced. Okay? Even if you know the techniques, if you haven't practiced, if you haven't figured out your own style of doing it, you will never be able to be a good magician. Okay, so figure out how to do the snap change yourself. Now you know the technique behind it, practice. One more time, we're going to go through it. Do the double lift. Hold it in whatever position you want. Now you're just going to fling your middle finger back. Okay, now in this position. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to do the cleanup. Now you have the deck in your hand. What you're going to do is you're going to take your actually before the cleanup, I forgot a very important thing. Okay, when you're doing the snap change, you should flick the card. Okay, but the deck is in your hand, so you're not going to have much room to flick because it doesn't even reach your thumb. So what you can do is you're going to take your index, push back the card, the deck, and then you're going to re-grip with your ring, your pinky, and the base of your thumb. Okay, now you have space to flick. So in this position, just push back, re-grip, and now I have space to flick. Now the reason for flicking, that sound that it makes when the card moves back, the flicking sound, is covered by the hitting, so you have a good excuse for the sound. And then when you hit, it makes it look like the card's popping out. You see how the card moves forward for a very slight second? And when that happens, it just makes it look like instantaneously the card changes when you flick on it. So it gives it more of a magical feeling to it. Now you have the card, the snap change, done, and you have the deck in your hand. How you can clean up is just by doing this. You're not going to move up or down because people will be able to see it. Now in this position, I'm going to make it exposed. You're just going to come in alignment with the deck, just like this. You're going to take your thumb, that's holding the deck, and then take the card. Okay, you're just going to let go of the grip. Now you're in this position. People won't be able to tell the difference because it's practically the same thing as holding it or not. Okay, there shouldn't be any hand motion changes. Okay, now that you got the card, you're just going to push in with your thumb, and at the same time you're going to take this hand and you're just going to turn it so the face goes up, faces upwards. By doing this, you give there's a reason for you to move your hand after doing the snap change. Okay, it's just like an action, a motion that makes it look like you're saying, oh, you want to take a look at the card now? Okay, so you have the card in place. To move in, take it with your thumb, and as you move in, you're just going to, as you place the card back onto the deck, you're just going to move, and then just turn your hand over and just take it all forward, just like that. Okay, so this is once more a full performance. You have a 6 of hearts, flick it, comes the 7 of diamonds. Okay, so practice in front of a mirror, and don't give up saying my hand's too small, it doesn't work for me. Okay, because it works for everybody as long as you practice. Okay, so good luck.